dairy farm here in Lancashire. We've been here for 4 generations now, and it's all progressed on from further down the line. Dad's taken over it, Dad and my uncle are now running it. I'm now taking going into the roles of it. We're milking 200 cows through our 12-a-side forward parlour. Then we've got over 400 head of stock altogether, and then we do all our own siloing. We do between 180 and 200 acres 3 times a year, first cut, second cut, third cut. Sometimes do an odd bit of whole crop as well, that's also another thing. And then we decided to build this lagoon here back end of 2016, and the best thing we've ever built. So we decided to consult Liz on SlurryBugs because we didn't want a lagoon this size with a massive 6-inch crust on it, because it's just that's not what you want. And then she also said that you get a better return with your slurry in return for using the bugs as well. So I said, yeah, we'll try it out. So she came down, did a slurry sample of what the slurry was before we even started. So she's got that on the database ready, and then May 2017, before we started spreading out into the field, we got it analysed, and it came back as so many more nutrients than we ever would imagine there would be in slurry. So we decided, right, we're going to have to use that. What's the point in using artificial fertiliser when we've got it stored in here? You look at different angles of how to make your farm better. This is one of them. You're trying to make your ground so much better for your farm, and then you get it in return at the end.
What do you think are the most important factors in terms of making good forage?
Start in the field, good quality grasses, particularly high sugars, and with known excess nitrogen present helps a lot. Soil contamination is an absolute disaster as far as making quality forage goes, so we work very hard to eradicate moles, and we avoid close raking the ground, and we try to mow a little bit higher to avoid soil contamination. You need a good person managing the clamp, and I've found in the past that if your clamp face management isn't just up to scratch for whatever reason, that when I've had additives on, you get less secondary fermentation, less heating, and therefore less waste. Here I have 320 cows, and on the farm next door I have 400 heifers for young stock, and I think we're producing just over 4 million litres a year now.
Is there a reason you're at this size, or is it just kind of developed organically?
Just how it developed and what was available in the locality, etc. In the 3 or 5 days we're producing 13,000 litres, and we average about 40 litres a day, but we have slightly extended calving intervals because I personally think that a 420 calving day interval is the most profitable time for me.
Milking 200 cows 3 times a day. Average herd yields about 11,000 a year. Farming about 500 acres I think now. We're roughly 70 acre of maize, 60 acre of all crop, and the rest is down to grass. We've grown maize for a lot of years now, just for the diet purposes. We've added milk yield and everything else that comes with it, starch levels and that, and we've grown all crop now for probably about 6 or 7 years I think on the run now. Mostly we started growing it when due to feed prices I think, and it was cheaper to grow it than it was to supplement it in the ration, so it was easier to grow it. We had land available, so that's why we started growing it, and it just feeds in well with the maize as well. It's added fibre as well, so it all feeds together nicely. The whole crop's really good with very little spoilage on it, actually zero. If you look at the line where the maize is, there's actually 0 waste on the whole crop, so yeah, really impressed. We use OptiSile whole crop from EnviroSystems.